I think what's going to happen in the next general election is going to be what happens after every general elections. Some older ministers are going to retire and some younger ministers are going, or rather some younger political office holders are going to be promoted into the ministerial ranks. So I don't think we're a very interesting country. I mean, everything that in terms of our politics, everything just goes according to what has been our political tradition. Nothing very exciting happens, which is very good, I think. A couple of days ago, I posted on social media that nothing much is going to happen because that's the way it is for us. I mean, in other countries, if you look at the UK, look at Australia, whenever a new prime minister comes, it's usually after a prolonged period of political conniving, backstabbing, manipulation, and then there are factions within the parties. And then when a particular faction's chosen candidate becomes the prime minister, then there's a huge exodus of people that are aligned to a different faction, and then you see a lot of changes. But that doesn't happen in Singapore because that's not the way things work in Singapore. That's not the way things work with the PAP. And I guess the PAP has come to be synonymous with the government after so many years, and I don't think anything is going to change that drastically from what we are used to. Once in a while, you have someone exceptional like Minister Tan See Leng that came in straight as a full minister. But that otherwise, we have a system where people move up the ranks, you spend a few years as a junior minister, and then if you do well, you get promoted to be a full minister. And then now we have this bunch of SMSs that have been SMSs for quite some time, and out of that list, you will expect that some of them will be ministers. But I'm just stating the obvious. It's nothing. I'm not saying anything exceptional. I think that's good for Singapore because we don't want the kind of political drama that plagues other countries.
Why, this stability and continuity is good for Singapore?
Speaking as a businessman, we want predictability in order to plan contingencies. We want to be able to plan our businesses, and so political stability is always good for investors, always good for business because we want to be able to plan. It's also good for Singapore as a whole because with stability means that you can do long-term policy planning. If you are going to have a merry-go-round of ministers and governments, then you're not going to be able to plan long-term, and everything is going to be ad hoc, it's going to be interim, it's going to be short-term in thinking, and politics will be more important than governance.